Today I want to show you how to make an ornamental flower using a fonts. I'm using Bodoni Ornaments here, and I'm using the letter A, which is a typically floral type shape. I'm going to make it larger here, and then I'm going to edit it. I'm going to choose copy and then paste. So now I have two. Using the rotate icon, I'm going to rotate the shape so it becomes another petal of the flower. I'm going to paste another one and rotate it again. What I'm doing is trying to align the shapes in a circular pattern. So now I have three of them together. You can start to see that the flower is building. I'm going to paste one more and stick it off to the side in case I need it. Next step, I'm going to choose two at a time and weld them together. This becomes a solid shape instead of three separate shapes now. So now that's a solid shape. I'm going to copy and then paste the joined shape and rotate it similar to how we've rotated the shapes before. Working on aligning it and making it fit onto the screen so you can see what I'm doing. By hitting that plus and minus down at the bottom does not change the shape or size of the elements, it just changes your viewing screen. So now I'm taking that one that I set to the side and filling in the space as needed, making sure that all the elements touch and overlap. I'm looking for some form of a uniform circle in the middle of the shape. And so I'm just going to adjust a few things here, and then I'm going to select two of the shapes and weld, and then select the last two shapes and weld them. And now you can see I have one unit. I have elements here that don't attach, so I'm going to use the shape tool and find a circle and place it in the center. Choosing both shapes, I'm going to align them center. And then you can see that the circle overlaps all the shapes, so when I join them together, it will make one solid shape. I'm going to make this circle a little bit smaller here. And then once again, select all and center the elements, making sure that everything is attaching before I weld it. Now I have one solid shape with a solid center. I'm going to copy that and paste it. This will make the layers of the flowers. I'm going to change the size, make it a bit smaller, so as it layers on top of each other, once it's cut out of paper, I will have the flower shape. Once again, copying and pasting. I'm going to make 3 layers. You can make as many as you want. I would suggest an odd number. Odd numbers tend not to be visually counted, where even numbers are counted. I'm going to save this project and give it a name as Ornamental Flowers so that I can come back and use it, cut it out as I need. By saving it and making it public, I'm making it available to others as well. If you have a project that you would like to duplicate, saving your project is a nice idea. I'm going to click on Make It, and then I can see that my shapes are a little bit big and fit on 2 sheets of paper, which would be fine if I want a large flower. What I'm going to attempt here is to make them all fit on one. So I've selected all and just size them all down until they're going to fit on 1 sheet of paper. Click Make It again, and I can see that I'm still fitting on 2 sheets of paper. So I'm going to cancel and go in and adjust the individual shapes just a little bit to make it fit all on 1 sheet of paper. And there we have it. So now it's ready to send to be cut. Okay, so these are the cut pieces from our file, and I used two-sided cardstock so that we would have color on both sides. I'm going to begin with the smallest piece, and I'm just going to take all of those pieces and fold them into the center because the center of the flower stands up the most. So I'm just going to work my way around and make those stand up. Okay, and we can manipulate that and fix it more later. If you want to curl out the edges a little bit. And then to start with the largest piece, you can use a bone folder, which I don't have today. You can use a dull butter knife to curve your paper, or you can use your Cricut scraper. And I'm going to use this and just go along the edges here and bend these up a little bit and curve them. And I'm going to do the same to the middle piece. Now you could make as many layers as you want to this flower. I just made 3. In the earlier video I suggested that you make odd numbers of the shapes so that they don't get counted. So then this one is going to fit right in there, and I'm going to start by just folding it up a bit because I want it to stand up a little bit more than that largest piece. And then I will bend them out more. I'm just lightly pressing my thumb against the paper and pulling. I'm not pulling hard because if I pull too hard, I'm going to pull that paper right off. It'll break the paper. So I'm going to use a little finesse in doing that. So there. Now, the trick to putting these together, you'll see that they have the same shapes cut. So like this and this is the same. And I don't want to line those up. What I want to do is turn them to add more interest. So just with a little bit of adhesive in the center here, I'm going to attach that piece and then attach the center piece. Once again, turning it so they don't line up. And then from there, I'm just going to manipulate it to be whatever depth I want it to be. And so there is how we make a flower out of type.